ovulation problem, ovulation bleeding, ovulation date actually has nothing to do with this. But this is very important for us to understand what this is. As some of the ladies, when you get to the hospital and maybe you look at some of these things and you are like scared that this could mean something really dangerous, whereas it is not. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of our health discussion. I really want to appreciate for everyone who has joined this live discussion. I really do hope that we're going to pick up something from here in this discussion as we discuss about ovulation issues. That's ovulation problem, ovulation bleeding, and ovulation date. So if you're just joining us, thank you so much. Sister Antoinette, thank you so much for tuning in. Sister Vicky, welcome. Thank you so much. How you doing? It's really been a long time. So I really want to appreciate. So if you're joining me as a YouTuber, please just help share, do me a favor and put me on your community tab, please. Thank you so much. So we'll be looking at ovulation problem, ovulation bleeding, and ovulation date as well. Before we start, let us begin this discussion in the name of the Almighty, most merciful, most glorious. May the peace of the Almighty be with you. May the peace of the Almighty guide you. May the peace of the Almighty show you the right path to follow. May the peace of the Almighty have mercy upon you and myself and everyone else. Thank you so much for being here. May God bless you richly. So before we move to ovulation issues, before we move to talk about ovulation, I would like to ask about this. I know as ladies, you should know what this is, right? As ladies, you should know what this is, isn't it? So this is actually a speculum. This is a speculum. So this is used during examination by your doctor. But now the reason I'm bringing this is that at times you get to the hospital, you are scared. You're scared because of maybe the things you see your doctor take out and you are like, come on, what is this? What am I saying? So you should not be scared when you are in the hospital. Always ask questions if maybe you have some doubt. I don't think any person, any medical personnel will be working on you like as if you are a machine. So if you have a worry, maybe seeing some things being moved out by your doctor, you should always ask that, hey, come on, what is this? What is this used for? It is always good for you to have yourself clarified. So this is actually a speculum, is used for examination, and normally it is not painful, although some ladies do complain of some discomfort when this is being used, but generally it's not painful. So I really do hope next time you see this with your doctor, you will not get scared of it. Okay. So thank you so much for being here. Now, so we'll be looking at ovulation problems. We're looking at ovulation bleeding and ovulation date. Ovulation in itself is the release of a matured egg into the uterus from the fallopian tube and down to the uterus. So this release happens depending on the length of your cycle. So if you're 28 days, this release will happen on day 14. If you're 30 days, this release will happen on day 16. If you're 24 days, this release will happen on day 10. If you're 21 days, this release will happen on day 7, depending on the length of the cycle. So you have an egg being released from your ovaries and it comes down to your fallopian tube. So at times, some people may have this egg being released. Some people may have difficulties of them releasing an egg, and it will be difficult for such people to conceive. You see ladies having trouble being conceived, having issues with conception. You try maybe for the first month, it doesn't go. Second month doesn't go. You've tried for 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 1 year with your partner, and you can conceive. Some people try for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Unfortunately, some try even right up to a decade without them conceiving. This is really unfortunate. Although issues with ovulation is something that is easily resolved, but some people may have some problems without them knowing. That's why we'll be talking about some ovulation problems, um, how you're easily open to these ovulation problems. So we're looking at some of the points here in which if you can easily have ovulation problems, as well as ovulation bleeding, which is actually this release of an egg and a symptom or a sign of ovulation, and then plus the ovulation date, which obviously we'll be talking about it. So if you're a lady and you are above probably 12, 13, 14, 15, we expect you to ovulate monthly. Now the aim of ovulation, our Almighty has made ovulation such a way that by the time you want to conceive, this egg has to be released. So the aim of ovulation is to release this egg. That is the aim of ovulation, is to release this egg. If this egg is not released, you have issues conceiving. If this egg is not released, you will not conceive, because it is the egg that is being released and a sperm comes to meet this egg and then fertilization occurs. So if you have a problem with you releasing this egg, or maybe you might not release the egg in 2 or 3 months, then it made about another 2 or 3 months, you now release an egg, this could really cause an issue if you want to conceive. Let's say in January, your cycle came and passed without you releasing an egg. In February, came and passed without you releasing an egg. In March, you are releasing an egg. In April, you don't release an egg. In May, you are releasing an egg. With that, it will be difficult for you to conceive. So what are those issues that can really like put you in danger of you not releasing this egg? So these are the major points we are going to be looking at it. So the very first point we are going to look at is underweight or overweight. So the very first point, if you have a pen and you're following, please, as a lady, please just put down this point so that you can follow them at home as well. So if you have a pen, please just put down. So the very first point that can cause you not to ovulate, that's to have ovulation problems, that's to have ovulation issues. The very first point is when you are underweight or overweight. I'm sorry, it shows that our video is lagging. Or please, can you just comment if so the first is when you are underweight or overweight. So if you're underweight or overweight, you're going to have ovulation problems. So the very first one is underweight or overweight. It therefore means you have to watch your weight, you have to watch what you eat, at what time you eat, the quantity that you take in. What you eat, what time you eat, the quantity you take in. This is going to help you in terms of weight. A lot of ladies with weight issues is because of what they put in. So yeah, I'm going to mention it. So a lot of ladies with weight issues is because of what they eat, when they eat and the quantity they eat. So underweight, now there is a way that you can use to know if your weight is healthy or not. It's not only by looking at the weight itself. The weight itself will not really give you a better clue of if you have a healthy weight or not. So there is your BMI, your beta metabolic index. So you need to measure your BMI. So take your BMI, which is your weight over the square of your height. So you take your weight over the square of your height, then the answer you get, you compare it with these values I'm going to give. So you go home, you do this. Okay, so you take your weight over the square of your height, take the answer. If the answer is below 18, you're underweight. If the answer is between 18 or up to 25, your weight is okay. If the answer is above 25 or up to 30, you're overweight. And if the answer is above 30, then you are obese. So take your weight over the square of your height. Let us take, for example, your height is 2 meters and your weight is 100 kilograms. So 100 kilograms divided by the square of your height, which is 2 meters. 2 meters squared will be what? 2 times itself. So 2 times 2 will be 4. So 100 divided by 4, you have 25. Okay. So if you have a weight of 100 kilograms and a height of 2 meters, you are just about okay. You have 25. So your BMI will be 25. So your BMI will be 25. And if you have a BMI of 25 for somebody with a weight of, if you have a BMI of 25 for somebody with a weight of 100 and a height of 2 meters, it's just about okay. So it's okay for that person. Now, overweight. Remember, we said the first point for you to have ovulation problem is underweight or overweight. So underweight is when you have below 18, and overweight is when you have above 25. That's your BMI. Your BMI is about 25. Now, the next is hormone problems. The next is hormone problems. Hormone problems have to do with your various hormones. Let me say you have an imbalanced hormones. This imbalanced hormone could be what? You overproduce it or you are underproducing it. So we have follicle stimulating hormone, progesterone hormone, luteinizing hormone. So if you have them overproducing it or underproducing it, then you can have hormone issues. So hormone issues actually is one of the main things that will cause you to have um, issues with you actually releasing an egg. So ovulation and hormonal problems, they are somehow directly released. They are somehow directly proportional. So if you have a problem with your hormone, there is a higher probability, if not the highest probability, of you having issues with ovulation. The next is abusing drugs. So if you abuse drugs, this is gonna affect you, obviously. So it therefore means you smoke and you take other things that are harmful to your system. This can also affect you from releasing your egg. The next is health problems such as cysts and tumors. So if you have something like your ovarian cyst, obviously it could affect your ovulation. Ovarian cyst will affect your ovulation. And with this, you're going to see that these are the main factors that can affect you to release an egg. So with these factors, you can have issues releasing an egg, you can have issues ovulating. So you need to watch out and then improve upon all of these. You're going to see that ovulation will be easier for you and you will conceive, carry your own baby. God being our helper, you're going to have your own child. So I wish you the very best if you have been trying to conceive. To all the ladies who have been trying to conceive, I wish you the very best. Please follow these points. The very first point is underweight or overweight. Please watch your weight by watching what you eat, what you eat, the quantity you eat, and when you eat. Hormonal problems, make sure you go and check for this and make sure that your hormones are intact. Abusing drugs, we abuse drugs such as smoking, please make sure you stop it. If you have a health problem and having a cyst, then you need to work on it and see how you can correct this. I hope this is going to help our ladies out there. Then about your ovulation date, understand your cycle. Check our videos, check in the description, you see a video on how you can calculate your menstrual cycle. This is going to help you to know the various dates of ovulation. And then concerning the bleeding, some people will actually see bleeding during ovulation, that they will see some spotting, a little bit of spotting during ovulation. Please don't be scared and or don't think that it's your menstruation. This could just be actually ovulation. So, but if you have such thing, you should talk with your doctor, and your doctor will give you the assurance if it is ovulation or not. So, I want to really appreciate all those who are following. Thank you so much for following me. God bless you. Please help share this video out to friends, help share to family members, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Check your heart and maintain your health. May God bless you. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday. Do have a beautiful time. Thank you.